Hello and welcome to our series on Indian cinema. Our topic today is tracing the journey of acting in Bollywood. And to do that, we have with us an amazing actor, director, and an editor, Vipin Sharma, who has worked in many Indian and international films. He is known for his films Tare Zameen Par, Hotel Mumbai, Gone Kesh, Main or Charles, Raman Raghav 2.0, Simba, and the popular web series Patal Lok. Welcome, Vipin.
Thank you, Vikrant. Thank you so much.
So, Vipin, my first question to you is how would you define Bollywood cinema? Or do you prefer to call it Indian or Hindi cinema?
I actually switch accordingly. If I'm talking to someone who's not familiar with Indian cinema and only knows the song and dance movies from India, which is mainly it was the name was given to that style of filmmaking. So I talk to so if I'm talking to somebody like that, I will use the word Bollywood without any hesitation because what I'm saying is that it's an established tag that we have for many years now, and many people in the world know Bollywood and use it quite often. So I guess it's okay. I have no problems with it actually.
Indian cinema is now more than 100 years old. It has a great history. Do you think acting in Indian cinema is different from the Western cinemas, be it Hollywood or European?
Yeah, it's always been different. It started with a lot of in the silent era. Silent era was melodramatic pretty much everywhere, but especially in India because the actors in the beginning and the filmmakers they all had a theater background, Parsi theater, which was a theater which was larger than life, big gestures and songs and everything. So it started from there. So we've had that in our cinema for a very long period of time. We still have that. A lot of TV series, a lot of web series are still there are a lot of acting that is still like that, little over the top, little you know. So we've had that for last many years, and we have been different. Our acting style has been different from the West because West has a different kind of system also in place in terms of actors training and all. Our actors mainly trained in music, dance initially, so that has stayed with us. Things are changing a little bit now. You are seeing a bit more subtlety in performances, and that is primarily because of the writing, also primarily because of the exposure that the Indian audience, Indian filmmakers, Indian actors have had. We now have access to uh, pretty much the world. We can see anything from anywhere on Netflix, Amazon. Even before that, once the web had started, uh, we still are different in a way because I still feel a lot of the Indian acting, a lot of the Indian actors acting for us is acting, uh, which is different for a lot of the Western actors. I think their sense of acting, their sense of performance is very real. People in India call it naturalistic. They call it method acting, and I laugh because we have no idea what method acting is all about. In India, if someone says I'm teaching method acting, I really get really upset. And if someone says, people say, "Oh, he's a method actor or she's a method actor," it's just we know we're close to that actually. So our acting style has had been very different, will stay a little bit on that side also. But I also see a lot of progress in new actors, and a lot of people are taking chances, people are trying to do stuff differently. A lot of subtlety is now coming in, as I said. So yeah, it's an ever evolving art form, so it'll keep doing that.
Yeah. And I think, like the way Bollywood or Indian cinema started, it was more like in the same vein of Hollywood in terms of studio system and the singing and dancing star of the beginning. And then later on,
Mm,
while song and dance remained in Bollywood, dancing stars also became an
mm.
important factor in Bollywood cinema.
I don't know if it was important or if it was needed. It was there, because our folk theater is very much music and dance and singing. Then it came into cinema, and then cinema, it became an excuse for a lot of the things. When a situation is stuck somewhere, put in a song. Songs also sold separately. Songs also were reason for people to get up from the auditorium, go out and buy something, or go use the washroom. So there were a lot of reasons for that. It was, I don't think it was organically very much part of the storytelling. It was organically part of the folk theater, not the cinema. Cinema used it for its own purpose and for its own commercial use. That's why I think it'll pretty much slow down now. As it is now, you see a lot of the web series and a lot of films. The songs are in the background now. They are not lip sync, and they're separate. They now, I think, they actually stop the flow now. If I'm watching a movie now and a song comes, I go like, why do I need a song? I want to know the story. I want to see the story. I know what's happening there. So there were many reasons for that, and I think slowly the reasons will reduce, and I think they will kind of disappear.
All right. And you have, acted in both Bollywood, regional cinemas of India, as well as Hollywood films. So, as an actor, would you be able to discuss the difference between these kind of film industries and what has been your approach?
Acting remains acting. You have to act whether it's an international film or a regional film or a film that is being shot in Mumbai. I don't think that changes as an actor for you. It's just that it's a different system. A regional film, if you're doing a film in Kolkata, the budget might be very little. So you might have to end up shooting a lot of scenes in one day. If it's a Mumbai film, which is a big budget film, you have lavish budgets. You don't worry about time. You spend time. If it's same with Hollywood films, the budget, generally the budget is pretty decent. So there, you're not in a rush. So I think what changes is the atmosphere, and how the working conditions are, and how the people you're working with are. That changes, but not acting per se. I don't think it changes. It should not, because you can't do less acting if it's less budget film. You know what I mean? So for as an actor, it doesn't matter. It has no, yeah.
But do you think there is still some kind of differentiation? And though you discussed that earlier in my first question about the difference of Indian cinema as well as Hollywood cinema or the Western cinema, but if we look at today in the more contemporary in the present times, so if you look at a Hollywood cinema and the actors in there, and then you look at these kind of very star-driven films of India and the actors who are supposed to come with a certain mannerism, certain style, certain way of delivering dialogue. So do you think if that's the kind of similar expectations in Hollywood, maybe in those kind of Marvel kind of films, maybe yes, but not majorly that we see. But yeah, so just taking a lead on the kind of difference, what do you see there or here?
As I said, I don't think it changes anything for an actor. Actually, I mean, you still have to act. As I said, that you might have more time, you might have more, if you're doing a Bollywood mainstream movie, for example, you may not have the dialogues on the day of the shoot. You may not have received the dialogues before the day of the shoot. So you reach the shoot and you get dialogues there. Sometimes that could happen, but that's very rare, and that only happens if you're doing a typical mainstream Bollywood movie, where a lot of the time scenes are written on the sets, because they don't want to share the script with a lot of the actors, and at times they also improvise as they go along. They change things. So yeah, there have been instances where I have been given dialogues on the day of the shoot, right when I reach. So, that's a difference, because then you have to, and of course, then you're given time also. It's not that you are given the dialogue and you are rushed to the set. You are given time. So eventually it boils down to the same thing, that you have to do what you do, the only difference is that you may not have a prep time for that scene. You might have to just do it on sets. You might have to improvise then and there only.
Lots of people, till date, they keep on, comparing Bollywood with Hollywood. And they feel that, Bollywood apes Hollywood quite a lot, which can be contested. Of course, there are lots of differences, but I would like your perspective on this issue.
Yeah. There have been many incidences. I keep seeing on social media, people put up posters which are like straight copy of some Hollywood film. There are many stories of films that are totally basically copies of some Hollywood Western film. There are a lot of instances like that. It's true. But it's changing now because of the copyright issues. Now, copyright issues have become quite stringent all over the world. And, people can reach this side also from Hollywood. There have been instances where some of the Indian films have been banned or have not been able to release because of the copyright issues. So yeah, that was true. That is true actually. A lot of the films were blatant copies of Hollywood films. It's true.
Okay. So,
but as I said, it's changing now.
Okay. So now I would like to know more about your own work, your own body of work, and your journey as an actor. Can you tell us about what has excited you, the kind of work that you have done, and what has been, the whole, your journey in Bollywood?
Well, I basically quit acting for many, many years, as you know, and then I came back. And when I came back, I was very sure that this is what I want to do. Earlier, when I was acting, I wasn't very sure if I'm an actor or not, But this time around, post Tare Zameen Par, I knew that I am an actor, and I knew that this is what I would love to do. And I've been doing that, and I've been very fortunate. I've been part of some of the best films made in the last 10 years, 15 years that since I've been back. I've worked with some of the best filmmakers, and I'm still getting to work with a lot of the exciting filmmakers that are there in Mumbai. So it's been great. It's been great for me because I also make sure that whenever I work, I make sure that the script is good and my role is good. Even if it's a one or two scenes, I always make sure that if I'm doing a cameo, it has to make some sense. It has to make some sense to me also, So it's been quite challenging because only recently the writing has become a little more solid. People are taking chances. I have also started writing, and I had almost started a film that I was directing, but unfortunately because of this whole lockdown, it got shut. And I made a film in Goa, which is doing very well now. It was screened in New York Indian Film Festival. It's going to be screened and River to River Festival in Italy. So, I'm also exploring because the venues are opening up, and because of the whole digital, the web, things are opening up a lot for filmmakers to experiment. So I think, and I also edit, so that helps. So, I'm also exploring all the venues and uh, do as much as possible, and not only just acting, but also spread my wings into writing and direction also. So, it is, and this is a very interesting time because there is a lot of support for new content, and uh, web has opened up doors to new actors who weren't known but were there. They are coming into limelight. So it's bringing a lot of fresh air. It's bringing a lot of fresh talent, which is very exciting actually. So it is a very exciting time to be working in this field actually.
My last question to you. So, who would be your favorite three Indian actors? All-time favorite three Indian actors. Male, female. That can be any.
Irfan.
And he was a great friend of yours as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I've not seen an actor in my experience in India like Irfan. His commitment to his work, his passion for his work, his desire to do something different, his desire to always find scripts that were amazing, his desire to be emotionally always vulnerable, and above all, one of the greatest qualities that he had was he connected with everybody. He bonded with a lot of the people. There was he was always real. That was the one of the best things about him, because Mumbai can make you very unreal, especially if you get success. It makes you unreal very, very fast. I've seen a lot of actors trying to teach acting to other actors on sets and all, and doing all these very idiotic things just because they have become a little successful. But I think Irfan was an exception. He was very kind, and he always respected the other actors around him. That was I have yet to see something like that. So huge respect for him.
Thanks a lot, Vipin, for talking to us and giving such a great insight into acting in Bollywood and how things are going. And especially, it was very interesting to know how the OTT platforms or web series have, created new paths for many budding actors and artists. So I'm sure that space is going to be really, really exciting in next few years. We wish you all the best for your particular projects and work. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me, Imran. Thank you very much.